Good morning and welcome to another bonus episode of Mystery, Murder, and Magic. It's Sunday, July the 4th, so if you're going to be out and about today, be careful because there's probably a lot of traffic on the highways.
Yes.
Anything you want to add, Alex?
Fireworks. There's going to be a lot of those. Even before, the day.
When I said anything you want to add, and you said fireworks, I was picturing, the guy on that one meme that goes, aliens.
Fireworks.
Fireworks. That's all I could picture. But anyway, we don't really have a whole lot of, plans for today. We're going to barbecue some ribs and go watch some fireworks tonight, but other than that, we're just chilling.
We're just sitting here.
Podcasting and whatnot. And so on and so forth.
We'll start now.
Anyway.
Let's start the episode now. Cue the intro. Do it.
With it being Independence Day, I thought it might be fun to talk about the ghost
of Christmas
past of Washington, D.C.
Music right now in 3, 2, 1. Mystery, murder, and magic, heroes, and
Alex, did you know that there's
No. Okay,
this child wants to be slapped tonight? I told him earlier I was gonna
kill him.
No, kick him in the forehead. I can't. My foot won't even go up that high.
You probably even ask me. You're going to ask me for help.
I'm gonna be like, here, throw my foot up there, Alex.
Okay.
Or it might be just easier to take my shoe off and throw it at your forehead. Anyway, Alex, did you know that the White House in Washington,
it's haunted?
The White House in Washington is haunted?
Really?
I'm telling y'all what, he's 18, but I can. Anybody wants to adopt him, look, I'll have his stuff packed and y'all can pick him up on the sidewalk.
Yes. No. Okay, let's continue with the episode now.
Okay, but anyway, there's reports of hauntings all around the world. Some are pretty famous or infamous, and they're talked about often. There's others that you don't hear a whole lot about, but one thing is certain, ghosts will inhabit pretty much anywhere, including the White House. Back in 1946, the president at that time, who was Harry S. Truman, he wrote a letter to his wife about something that happened one night in the White House. Apparently, Truman's wife and daughter were going away on a trip. But anyway, around 3 in the morning, President Truman heard a knock on his bedroom door. When he opened it, there wasn't nobody there.
Oh, God.
So he went up and down the halls, in and out of bedrooms, and he couldn't find anybody. So he went back in his bedroom, and he said that he heard footsteps in Mrs. Truman's bedroom. And apparently, they must have been sleeping in separate bedrooms. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Anyway, and he jumped back up after he heard the footsteps in her room because he's thinking somebody is rummaging around in these rooms. He looks and there's still nobody there. But at that moment, he declared that the White House was haunted. And his wife, he went on to tell his wife in the letter, he said, you and I forget what the daughter's name was, need to come home and protect me from the ghost. And I believe that the wife and daughter was pretty skeptical of the stuff that he was referring to, but he believed fully that the White House was haunted. Now, whether you believe in the paranormal or not it's up to you, but I can tell you that the ghosts that inhabit the property of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington are the most verified of any ghosts. Now, the man that owned the land that the White House is built on, his name was David Burns. Now, he sold it to, I guess, the U.S. government, and the White House was built there. Well, his voice has been heard in the Oval Office saying, "I'm Mr. Burns." I mean, just, can you imagine just randomly hear that? But he's Mr. Burns. So, that's so odd. But anyway, in 1862, President Lincoln's son, Willie, passed away from what is now believed to have been typhoid fever. President Lincoln reported many visits from his son after he passed, and Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, also said that she saw Willie standing at the foot of her bed one night. Now, in 1865, when President Lincoln was assassinated, he joined Willie in roaming the halls and the rooms of the White House. First Lady Grace Coolidge, she said in an interview for a magazine that she had seen Honest Abe looking out of a window in the room that he had used for his office. And in 1942, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands was visiting the White House, and apparently she was sleeping in the Lincoln bedroom. She heard a knock on the door, and when she opened it, there stood the ghost of Abraham Lincoln, and she immediately passed out. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to see President Lincoln's ghost.
He'd be tall.
Yeah. They say he was really tall. Now, 2 years before that happened with Queen Wilhelmina, Winston Churchill was staying in that same bedroom. He stepped out of the bathtub with only a cigar in his mouth, meaning he was nude, and he encountered the ghost of Lincoln by the fireplace. And Churchill said to him, he said, "Good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have me at a disadvantage."
Oh, okay.
Now, an interesting note about Mary Todd Lincoln, I have read so many times over the years that she just literally went crazy grieving over that son that died there. But she held, or hosted, I guess you could say, seances in the Red Room at the White House and at a presidential cottage that was at the soldiers' home. And they it seems odd to think that something like that took place in the White House, but back during that time, like during the Civil War, spiritualism and like seances and that type of thing got to be pretty popular because there was so many people killed in the Civil War, and people were like looking for ways to like connect with their loved ones that they had lost. I don't know. I think with all the ghosts that are spotted at the White House, I think it might be fun to do a seance at the White House.
That would be cool.
I don't know that
if they're allowed.
I don't know that we can do that these days, but anyway.
Yeah.
Now, Lincoln seems to be the most seen ghost in the White House, and there's a theory that says that he shows up when the country needs him most. So I can just imagine that during the past year and a half with the COVID
he was there every day.
Or pandemic, yeah, pandemic. I bet he has been running himself ragged up and down those halls in the White House. Now, another ghost that's frequently spotted in the White House is that of a person named Annie Surratt, and she was the daughter of Mary Surratt. Now, Mary was convicted for playing a role in Lincoln's assassination, and she was later hanged for her crimes of, participating in the assassination. Well, Annie's ghost knocks on the front door and pleads for her mother's release. So I guess she doesn't realize that her mom was hanged. She's still looking for her mom.
Yeah.
Now, some wives of former presidents have been seen around the White House too. Abigail Adams was the first lady to live in the White House, and back in those days, the presidential family, they didn't have like a big staff to do like their laundry and the cooking, the cleaning and all that. Well, Miss Adams was known to use the East Room to dry her sheets, and since her death, she has been seen walking through the White House with her arms stretched like in front of her, like she's cleaning, like holding clean linens, like she's carrying clean laundry. And the staff also reports smelling like wet laundry and the scent of lavender.
Yeah.
Fresh laundry smells good, and lavender.
I mean, yeah, it does. I don't know why I said it.
I don't know either. But honestly, I'd hate to think that my entire afterlife as a ghost would be spent doing laundry. There's other things I would rather do as a ghost. Now, Dolly Madison, she's been spotted taking care of the gardens of the White House. When Woodrow Wilson was in office, his staff started seeing her when they were about to move the Rose Garden. But after seeing her there, they just decided to leave the Rose Garden where it was at because that's where Miss Madison liked it. So they just left it alone. I guess maybe they didn't want to anger the spirit.
Yeah, probably.
Now, in 1932, Miss Eleanor Roosevelt talked about life in the White House. And she mentioned that in a particular room that she liked to work in, it was a room that many presidents had worked in also, and she always felt a presence. And she, at one time, she said, "I get a distinct feeling that there is somebody in the room." So I guess she, that feeling when you feel like you're being watched or somebody's close by,
Yeah.
So I guess she was getting that feeling. But now there's an unidentified spirit of a young boy frightening the staff of President Taft. For whatever reason, they nicknamed this spirit the Thing. Taft's military aide, his name was Archibald Butt.
Archibald.
Butt was his last name. They didn't teach you that in history. But anyway, Archibald Butt wrote in a letter to his sister. Her name was Clara Butt.
Claire Bell.
But
Claire Butt.
It seems to be a young boy about 14 or 15 years old. They say the first knowledge one has of the presence of the Thing, I don't know why they called him the Thing, is a slight pressure on the shoulder, as if someone were leaning over your shoulder to see what you might be doing. Well, I guess President Taft didn't want it getting out that there was, ghosts running around in the White House, so he ordered Mr. Butt to tell
Mr. Butt
Cheeks. Mr. Butt to tell the White House staff that if they repeated the stories of like the ghost, they would lose their job. I think it's funny how some people are just so they freely talk about, hey, we got this ghost that lives here.
Oh, look, a ghost.
And then
look
other people are like, don't talk about it.
And don't say his name.
Don't mention it. Now, Andrew Jackson, he's been spotted laying on the bed in the Queen's room, and his laugh has been heard throughout the White House since the 1860s. Mary Todd Lincoln, that I was talking about earlier, swore that she had heard him stomping through the house, and she heard him cussing.
Oh.
Thomas Jefferson plays his violin in the yellow oval room. John Tyler has been seen in the blue room proposing to his second wife. Her name was Julia Gardner. William Henry Harrison was the first president to die in the White House, and he's known to haunt the White House attic. I ain't going in the attic nowhere anyway.
No.
An unnamed British soldier, he roams the White House grounds carrying a torch after he died in the War of 1812. Now, here it is, the 2000s. Now, do you think, are there ghosts still being witnessed in present time? So, you bet there is. Jenna and Barbara Bush, they're the twin daughters of George W. Bush, have said that they once heard 1920s piano music coming from the fireplace in their bedroom. Former President Ronald Reagan always said that his dog would frantically bark at the entrance of the Lincoln bedroom and refuse to go into the room. And his daughter and son-in-law even reported seeing an apparition in that room.
Oh my God.
Now, even as recently as the Obama administration, there's been hauntings to continue. In 2009, then First Lady Michelle Obama told a group of visiting school kids that she and President Obama sometimes heard strange noises in the hallway at night, and at other times the Obama family felt something that was like it was chewing on their feet.
Oh my God.
And they said that it could possibly be one of the presidential pets that had passed away in the White House.
Yeah.
So that's odd. Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Now, with so many different entities inhabiting the White House in their afterlife, it seems like the White House is probably one of the most haunted places on Earth. And because it's probably one of the most haunted places on Earth, why ain't Zach Baggins been there yet? Or has he? I don't know. But 1 million people died in this spot.
Right here.
Right here.
You see this? Right there.
That's a dangerous spot. Anyway. Now, I honestly had no idea that there was so many different spirits in the White House.
The White House.
I guess it does make sense since so many people have lived there over the course of time since it was built.
Yeah.
I guess I've just never really put much thought into the White House being haunted, but I mean, it's like any other building. I mean, you know. But that's pretty interesting, and it makes me want to go on like a tour of the White House because I've never even been to DC before. It's not that far from us, really. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. Well, Alex, you got anything to add to any of this? You're just going to be like, nope.
Fireworks.
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 And I've already heard some tonight. Like right before we started recording, I heard a bunch, and I was like, "Yay, yay,
Yay!"
Scares the ghosts away. Well, I guess Alex ain't got nothing much to add other than fireworks. But anyway, y'all have a good 4th of July, and you know if you're out and about, please be careful on the roads. It's probably going to be like drunk drivers tonight, and the road's just overcrowded right now as it is for people traveling for the holiday. But anyway, we'll be back bright and early in the morning again with an all new full-length episode of Mystery, Murder, and Magic. Y'all have a good rest of your day.